I'm Greg Olliver.
This one.
I am Greg Olliver from Secret Weapon Films, and you're watching and listening to Pizza Beer Revolution. And you should definitely not be paying attention to me right now. No, let's do this again. I'm Greg Olliver from Secret Weapon Films, and you're watching and listening to Pizza Beer Revolution.
What's up, everybody? Pizza Beer Revolution, Mike Pullano, Joe Maffie, Derek D, Joe Gatto, and sitting in is the one and only Greg Olliver.
Yeah! Made it. And he uses 2 L's, bitches.
Yeah,
Both
right?
of them. I'll use them both.
Right off the top, so while people are listening, they could stalk your social media. You are...
At Greg Olliver with 2 L's.
There it is.
Boom.
Why? I took a picture directly off of your social media, posted it on ours, teasing this night, and you left a message on Facebook under the picture saying what?
I look like a douche.
Why did you put it out there then?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think I looked like a douche the first time I looked at it, but the second time I looked at it, I'm like, what a douche.
Right. Now that you've lost control of that image and it's out there.
But do I look like that all the time? Is that like
That's
my look?
you, it looks just like you. I thought it was a good picture.
All right. So I'm a douche.
No, you look like a sexy Grinch.
A sexy Grinch.
If I had to, right? If you had to put it together, go ahead. What does he look like?
I wouldn't say a sexy Grinch.
What would you say? I'm asking you what you would say. I said sexy Grinch.
I know. I wouldn't say.
Alternate
I
casting
would
for The
say
Shining.
a good-looking gentleman.
Good-looking gentleman's different.
good-looking
Sexy Grinch, tomato. Like, don't give me a description. Like, what does he embody to you? I say sexy Grinch.
I'll tell you what he looks like to me. If Jimmy Neutron survived the 2048 cat genocide,
Definitely.
that's what he would look like.
Okay. You said something for it. What'd you say?
I just said it was alternate casting for The Shining.
That's not. See, that's good. That's good. Okay. You want to try again, and not embarrass yourself?
Come on, Derek.
Maybe Bob Shubin Jr.
An older.
See, this is Gyrish.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, this is where he pulls out Gyrish, which was terrible on the show, but has exploded on social media.
I thought it was great on the show. I did it on purpose. Thanks.
You knew it. You knew that.
He knew it when he said it.
Yeah. I don't buy that.
No.
Great.
I don't know. Mr. Clean after he got all his hair back.
There you go. Much better.
That's terrible. That's
Happy
as bad as
birthday.
Gyrish.
Come on. And he got glasses.
PBR posse, please vote who had the best description of
I
Greg
like that.
Olliver
I
with
like
2
that.
L's.
Gatto, speaking of PBR posse, did you see the checks?
Loved it.
Great, right?
Oh, peeps, great, man. That was awesome.
We got a couple of those in. It was nice, man.
Yeah.
One person sent a check. I don't have it in front of me, man. Maybe you can pull it up real quick. Or Dennis, just doing nothing over there.
Nothing. Except tweeting like mean shit at me.
And eating all the pizza.
Just
deal.
pull it up if you can find it. But I think she wrote a check for like $3.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was like $3.55.
Does it say who the check was to?
Oh, it's
Memo.
probably
Memo. What favors?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. What was the other one?
That's amazing.
Oh,
That's a nice touch.
But see,
Yeah.
To put a locale.
Yeah.
Oh, that changes the game.
Stepped it up.
Joe, I just went to my accountant the other day, and I was right in front of him, and I had told him about it previously, and I was like, I can't write extra favors right in front of you. So I didn't do it, but I did it. I will do it for the next wedding I go to.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. Again, this is really all about the tour, the live show, practically live. It's on TruTv. You can see it whenever you're listening to this. It doesn't matter when. You can see that right now. If you go to, it's probably on demand. You can see it online. And we have you and Gatto on. You directed this, and we want to talk about that a lot. So thank you so much, guys, for coming on and sharing these experiences, these behind the scene speech impediment.
That's great. Behind the scenes
Thank
speech
you.
impediments. We love sharing behind the scenes speech impediments.
And that's shaped like you. That I can
So tell us about how he was shark-like on this tour bus.
He was the only one that I was afraid of. For real. Yeah, man.
That's
he's got
interesting.
he's got this look that he'll look at you, and then you're like, he's gonna kill me. And I can't tell. Like, you have this. If you do this look, if you're not smiling, if you just look,
Oh, just regular?
that's like this death stare.
Yeah.
Did you guys know each other before that?
Yeah, we
like
met
for a long time.
a few times.
I wouldn't say no. I say we'd met each other.
Met a-
We
yeah.
hadn't spent any time together. Where I had helped out on a couple of the
Blue Shirt Buzz.
Blue Shirt Buzz with Mike, and then I think once after we hung out for like 20 minutes
Yeah, and we never lived together on a bus.
on the
before
bus.
until
Yeah,
then.
that's right. That's right. We did.
My favorite part of those episodes, if you go back and look on YouTube, is when we're with, it might have been Gatto, it might have been Angelina. I don't know who was the guest at the time, but Oliver's in the background with his wife.
Yeah.
Totally making out.
Really?
Totally making out.
Hey man, go for it.
While you guys were
for you.
taping?
Yeah, it's in the video. It's great. And now you have a beautiful baby daughter.
I do. She's
Probably from that night.
That was the result of your podcast. That's why we call it Baby Podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Sorry,
I
that's me.
guess.
I need
It's a
to.
bad guess.
Did you guys? Did you ever like
my chair.
crack jokes or do pranks to the production team? Like, did the jokers ever like get you on something or?
No, anybody that works with us gets pulled into the fold really quick just because we mess with everybody.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily like we're going to get him, that kind of thing. But it was more like, we'd yell at you and like have fun with you and include you in the jokes of making fun of people. But we wouldn't necessarily be like, this is the part we're going to prank you. But people who work with us all the time say that they feel like they know us instantly because we treat everybody. We make fun of the showrunner all the way down to like the PA. Like everybody we make it. They get nervous if you don't make fun of them because that means you don't like them. Like we make fun of everybody that we like. Mike knows because when he works on the show, he sees the people we don't make fun of are not there the next time he comes to work.
Yeah, right?
So if I ever work with you guys, hopefully I get made fun of.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Absolutely. I had that exact conversation with a friend of ours at podcast, the Angry Ginger. Last night, he's from the Midwest, and he's like, "Man, every time we text back and forth, you always end it with like dick or like something." I'm like, "Yeah, but like that's totally normal in our circle, and if we're not doing that, it's because we don't like you." So hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it all start? Where did this bus take off from?
We met in Syracuse.
Syracuse, New
Yeah.
York. Yeah.
We were in the.
You remember the shit show of having to get the bus
Yeah, it was.
to get in the show?
It was just a shit show from the get go of that shoot.
The big thing. I mean, I love Greg. He's great, and he's unbelievable what he does. And he put up with a lot in the beginning because it was kind of like from a production angle, it was kind of like not well put together from the get go. Like we learned as we went, but the problem is we only had 16 days to get this thing done. So the first mistake that we made was that we hired local sound men instead of bringing a sound man with us. Mm-hmm. And the first guy that we used was unbelievable, like how we thought we were prepared, but then we weren't. And we had to get the bus to come in for like the first shot of the show. It's the first time we're going to see the bus. And we're all excited, and we're going to see the bus, whatever. And we go, and we're like, oh, yeah, it's great. And, we're all making jokes and everything. And then I think it was you that had to report to us that
The sound guy, while I'm filming, the sound guy's tugging on my shirt. He's like, I can't hear the one guy's mic. And I'm like, who? And he's pointing at Murray. I'm like, oh, my God, dude. Out of all the guys, Murray's mic's not on. Yeah. And it's just like, this is like 5 minutes into the shoot of day one of 16. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah. So it was, and then at the end we were like, oh, he was like, but just wanted it looked great. It was, but we just really couldn't hear Murray's mic because it wasn't on.
He didn't put it on, or
No.
It was like cutting in and out.
It was cutting in and out. Just something was up with it, But it was just, and it was such a real. It was the good thing about the tour special, which I love, was that having a documentary guy there that knows that kind of filming, which we don't know, it's genuine. Like there's so much stuff. Like the first time we saw the bus was like you can't recreate it. It was awesome, like to see that kind of stuff, and. Like, so we saw it, and if you were like, do that again, it would have been like so robotic.
So that's legit the first time you saw even the artwork?
That's the first
Is
time
it
we
wrapped?
saw it. It's wrapped.
Oh, so describe the bus for everybody that might not have seen.
The bus has it was wrapped with Impractical Jokers on one side and Jokers Wild on the other, which was our other show at the time, and it just literally had our faces on the side, the four of us, and just our faces,
how cool.
like together. So, but how tall is the bus, right? How big was my head?
Large head,
large,
man.
and I don't think they hired anybody to do Photoshop because we go off on for 15 minutes just in true, tenderloin fashion, ripping apart what we look like in high definition. And it literally looked like I was holding a cantaloupe rind under my neck. And I was like, they don't have somebody that could take that fat back. Like I know, like they couldn't do that. And Sal, like Q had something in his tooth. Like it was just really, really funny.
It's giant.
Yeah, and it's on this bus for 16 days, following us everywhere. So
how many people were in the production crew?
There was just two. Me and my brother were shooting, and then we begged to have a sound guy on the bus.
Oh, you finally did get a sound guy.
We finally did, because it was an absolute nightmare, because we had gear that the idea was every time we stopped to hire a sound guy. And I'm like, it's a gear that they don't know. So it's like, it would take them the entire day to get up to speed with that gear, and then they'd be done.
yeah, no.
So by day 3, we brought in their awesome sound guy from their show.
Danny Hollis, shout
Danny
him out,
Hollis
man.
came. So then Danny came on the bus, And like within like 3 hours, Danny started yelling, "This is unsustainable!" That was my favorite line. He's like, "This production is unsustainable."
He gets intense. It's great.
I was like, "Dude, you got to chill out. We got like 14 more days to go."
Yeah,
bro,
and then we
this."
brought our production people too. We
Yeah,
brought
then-
Chase, Carlos, and Shay with us, and they're killer, and they work on Impractical Jokers, so they really know us. So then we finally got a team together. What, like 5 days in, maybe 5th day in. We were
5 or 6 days. Finally, we
were like, all right, here we go. We're cooking now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Quarter of the way in, you're cooking
That's
with
it.
me.
Well, the beginning was kind of not funny anyway, so it didn't matter. It didn't miss much.
Is that in the show though? The stuff what you guys see in the bus? It has
Absolutely,
to be, right?
yeah,
So
well,
you
that's
just
in
see
it.
Murray going.
Murray, yeah, you see Murray pantomime. He's subtitled. No, it's good. He, our mics picked him up and stuff, but it was really cool to have. It was totally different for me. I've never done the documentary style, so.
So you see the bus for the first time, and then you guys are all excited, and you get on this bus. The doors open up.
It is nothing what you think a bus would be
Well,
like.
tell us about it. What
It
was
was
it
like
like?
a rolling, awesome living room. It was insane. And then our minds got blown because you ever see a slider bus where the side of the bus comes out to make
Yeah,
it
yeah, where it
bigger?
pops out.
Yeah, I'd never seen that. None of us had. And we sat down, and the bus driver was like, "Yeah, sit down." And he hits it, and we just the whole thing
great.
pulls out, and we flipped out like little geeky kids, like, "Oh my god, we have a living room on a bus."
That's awesome.
That's not that impressive. My dad's house has that.
Does it?
Unfortunately, that's not really even a joke. It's
Yeah.
true.
Does it really have that? I
Yeah.
always pictured him in one of those RVs from like Escape to Witch Mountain.
From Breaking Bad. That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
No, he's got like a pimp one like that pops out. It becomes like a 2-bedroom apartment.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, as he runs from the feds. But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, no,
I've
but
said too much.
Yeah.
I said too much already.
And then we picked our bunks. That was fun.
So, all right, so how does that go down? I imagine it's like an episode of The Real World when they first get to the house and they all scavenge
Bag.
through who's going to be where. Is that,
Yeah.
Well, we knew Murray was going to get a top bunk because he's the lightest, so and most nimble to get in and out. And I was like, "There's no way I'm getting a top bunk."
so your bunks are tight and they're like right on top of one another?
They're
Was it twos or threes?
twos. Yeah.
So
there
it's
were two.
And then there's a big bed in the back.
The back got taken over by that became the production room. So all the gear and everything was the
Oh.
back. So we lost the back living room. So we had the middle one. And then it was the bus that had the 2 living rooms. It didn't have, some of them had like a master suite in the back. This one just had a living room in the back.
The back was a pile of gear. Man.
It just was, and he was just there all hours of the night, like recording, dumping footage.
my
and just-
brother was.
Oh yeah, your brother. Yeah, he was dumping footage, and his eyes were just like bloodshot.
Did you edit it as well, or were you just there watching over
No.
the edit?
No. We on the bus we would just load footage and FedEx it out to the office. So we were just like shoot all day and then media manage like all nighter in the morning and then FedEx footage.
And
out.
they
We-
were cutting it back
They
in New
cut
York.
it back and
You would just send like hard drives back and
every
wow.
couple days. Yeah.
Where'd you sleep?
I had a bunk.
He had a
Oh,
bunk.
so there
There's
was
8 bunks.
There's 8
four,
bunks.
4 on each side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do you guys deal with that, man? Right off the bat, people snore.
You don't hear it on the bus. You don't hear it.
On the bus, man, you don't hear nothing.
Does it shut? Is there a screen?
There's
little
there's
curtain.
little
Yeah, it's pretty
Do
cozy.
you have any Velcro things?
Velcros. No, the thing, the shutter, the curtain Velcro shut. Yeah.
Some people I've seen have had like PlayStations Velcro to the wall and like screens.
No, there
Velcro
was
to
an
above them.
Xbox and there was a PlayStation in the front living room which we used and played, and then there was a drop-down DVD player, and that's where I was gonna watch Breaking Bad. That was the plan, was to watch. I had bought the whole series, but I didn't. I actually watched Big Bang Theory instead.
Oh, bazinga.
Wow, that's very different.
Which was good because it was. I felt like it was too heavy on the bus to be watching. Trying to get through a full episode because you get like interrupted and stuff. So we try not to.
So break us through the first leg of the tour. So you get on the bus now. You've all picked your bunks. Cameras are rolling. What happens?
We did our first show, which was our worst one
in Syracuse.
in
Right?
Syracuse, yeah, which was our first one. So it wasn't a worst one by our standards. Like it was a good show. People enjoyed it, but we were a little off with the timing. The space was weird. We actually we actually were in a hockey arena, which was weird for us because it's so echoey. It wasn't like a theater proper.
right.
So it was really kind of just weird for us, and it threw us off. So from that kind of standpoint, we're like, oh man, it's got to get better from here. So, but we recovered pretty quick, and we just got used to the life on the road together, which was, I think, one of the fun parts to see was like, because they wanted us to do like write all these sorts of, the production company was like, you guys got to do some like sort of adventures all the time so they could follow you to do stuff. So they'd give us like a list of all these things they wanted us to do, and we'd be like, nah, we just open up Google and find something we wanted to do on our own. And one of them was the zoo, right? We stopped at Where the hell
I
was
don't
that?
know where we were, man.
Yeah,
But that was still with a local sound
Local
guy.
sound guy. That
So it
was
was like day 3.
day 3,
That
right.
was where we spent like an hour. I spent an hour yelling at the local sound guy.
That was like our first.
And then that's all. And I realized that it was recording the whole time. So it's that audio. So I was like, fucking motherfucking this, fucking that. They're on the fucking bus. Fuck, figure out how to use this
and it was
fucking
all
thing.
recorded.
And I saw at the end, I was like, well, that's great.
So these guys just didn't even know. Was it their own rig or was it the rig
No,
of
it
the
was the
company?
rig of the company.
Oh, so they had to. That's crazy.
So it's like
it
it's
was
like
tough.
somebody throwing you gear you don't know how to. It was
No.
a terrible, terrible idea, man. But
Yeah.
And that's funny because knowing Danny Hollis, who uses that rig all the time, he's so particular about it. He must have freaked out when he got his hands back on.
He was
It's
so
the same
mad.
gear you use for the show.
Yeah, he was
Oh
so
my
mad.
God.
He's like, "What did they do to my rig?"
Yeah,
he said.
Because everybody was always trying to like fix something, and it was just like a weave of like a web of just weird people's like ways to fix things, the way they thought it should be fixed.
Yeah, or the way they would wire.
and everybody
it
was
with the mic.
undoing everything else.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
the way everybody was different. The way they wired up, and then one guy didn't want me to have the feed, and the other guy was like sending me the feed. I'm like, dude, this is it sucked. Production wise, it was terrible. First 3-4 days.
Yeah, but then we got in our groove, man.
We did.
We
The
had
zoo,
a-
how
the
did
zoo
the-
was fun though, right?
The zoo was the turnaround moment.
Zoo it was the mini goats.
The mini, oh, dude,
mini goats were
So
awesome.
precious.
Oh, those ones you run after them and then they freeze like they're gonna like they freeze and like they're gonna die, but they don't. You know what I'm talking about?
That's another type of goat.
The mini
You know what I'm talking about? Those
There's a
the goats
goat that
get
you
scared
can
and they
scare
like
and they just freeze
paralyzed.
and fall over.
With
Oh,
the ones
that's fun.
that
I want
when
those
they
kind.
whine, they sound like zombies.
These were cute little tiny
These are
goats,
cute.
like this big.
They call them mini goats because they don't get bigger than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
These are
they're literally like this big. and
Pygmy
that's it.
goats?
How much are they?
They were like $5,000 each.
That's a lot
Q
of
was
money
thinking-
for a little goat.
Q was thinking about getting one.
Guys,
Yeah, that sounds cool.
You're treading on some like really personal stuff with Joe. Okay.
Really?
You asked him how much a goat was. He said 5,000, and that's not because he doesn't know. He had to buy a goat.
Oh, really? Because I would buy a goat, a small one. That'd be cool.
No,
Can I? Too much? Too soon?
Did it have horns?
No, you go ahead if you want.
Joe.
Go ahead.
I don't want to. I don't want to
Go
say
ahead.
too
Go
much.
ahead. You wanted to do it.
All right, fine. Joe had to give his wife's father a goat in exchange for her hand in marriage.
That's not true.
Joe
That's
Gatto?
right. That's right. It's not true. But he tells everybody that because my wife is from the Middle East.
I had
saw
And
Derek. I couldn't let him
he
go.
actually had.
Brian, right?
Yeah, he had Q at my bachelor party. Totally buying
We're in
it.
Vegas, and we were on. I think we're 60%, but I think we were on the bus or in a van
Down
And
by
we-
the river.
Down by the river, and we were driving somewhere.
Yep.
And Brian and I are just like sitting in the middle of the seat, and I started telling him this story. But I think you had told me this.
Yeah, I got you with it, and I can't. But you believe me. And that
But
was
then,
funny.
you
I
must
took
have
it.
heard me telling him the story, and you kind of, or like you were like 2 rows in front of us, and somehow he asked you a question because he thought it was bullshit, and you fucking hit him with the truth, what he thought was what
Yeah.
I told him was the truth,
Yeah.
and it was perfect, and we had him going for so long.
the whole trip thinking that I had to give my wife's.
That's great.
It was so stupid.
Oh man, that's amazing.
When it in fact was a zebra.
Yes, and it was a full size zebra.
Exactly.
They don't make
we don't.
many.
We don't
They
have
don't make
fast-
many
No mini
zebras.
zebras. All right, so the zoo kicks off the rock and roll portion of the show. Where are you guys headed to from the zoo?
we went deep. Man.
We did, yeah. We went all the way. I mean, we saw some cool stuff too, and it's funny to see. Like, we normally fly, sort of like look out the window and see all this stuff. Like, I wasn't used to bus life at all. You've done it a bunch, but like to like be able just to wake up at like 4 a.m, look out the window and
Yeah.
just see this stuff. It was really cool. But we ended up at the world's biggest fair, right? That was really cool. That was in Kansas, right? Wichita. It was the.
Was that Oklahoma? Was it the Oklahoma State Fair?
You're right. It was Oklahoma. It was one of those.
I think
it was one
I
of those
think
two.
we should fact check, but I think it was
It's in the documentary, so we should watch it.
yeah.
But we ended up like we rolled into town, and they were like, "You could go to this." Remember, they were like, "You could go to this museum, or you could go to this place that makes great froyo." Like they gave us this list of stuff, and then I was like, "Wait a second, let me jump on Google." And I was like, "What's going on here?" And it was like the weekend of this huge fair, and we rolled into this ridiculous
was
Midwestern. I'd never been to anything like it in my life because we have like the Meadowlands like a fair. What happened?
No, the GoPros are freaking.
Which
one? That's
GoPros?
cool.
Ours or his?
I don't know.
This
It's
one
all,
just
it's all
died.
good. Oh, one down, one GoPro down. I guess this would be a good point to explain what we're doing. Or
Yeah,
not, what
you
we
should.
were doing.
We
anyway.
were doing virtual reality, but now the camera that's on me is dead.
So you're just a voice.
Out of all 7.
Look.
Well, I was there for a while.
Well, you're going to have a very special. I don't know how long are we in this episode? 20 minutes, half hour. You're going to get a 360 virtual reality of this episode up to. You won't hear this in it though.
Then 320 degrees from there on out.
First 22 minutes you'll see in virtual reality.
What I'm saying right now, you will not see in virtual reality.
Nope.
But a minute ago you will.
You think it just died because of the battery? That's the only reason it would die, right?
Yeah, did you
Yeah.
charge them all the way up?
I did, but maybe the Wi-Fi was on the whole time. I don't know how to turn that shit off.
No,
Button on the side, you just
Yeah.
hold it down, turn the Wi-Fi off.
I think I turned it off, but hey, whatever. You know, we'll
tried.
still post what we had, and you can get the regular YouTube video up. So
I tried.
That's nice.
It would have been.
It's you guys are so technically savvy.
Oh yeah.
Nice segue.
well, you know, now's as good a time as ever.
So much wah-wah.
It is a lot of
A lot of wah-wah pedal.
I keep forgetting to put this up. There's been requests from the PBR posse to actually just put the song up.
Yeah, I was supposed to do that too, I think.
I keep forgetting to do it. I gotta just do it. But this music indicates a game we like to play. It's called Top or Bottom. I'm gonna read you 2 words. You played the game. This is that, a yin or yang, black or white, peanut butter and jelly. You're gonna tell me if they were in a relationship, which one would be on the top, which one would be on the bottom. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can be if it's tailored to Greg Olliver. We're gonna start with Greg Olliver and we're gonna round table it. You ready to play?
Yes.
I think that's GoPro number 2
That's
down.
3.
3 GoPros down. Oh, shit. This is why we test things, right? All right, top or bottom, number 1. Plug your GoPro in, or no. Top or bottom, number 1. A drink before dinner or an after dinner drink.
I'm supposed to say it's top or bottom?
Which one's on top? If they were in a relationship,
Oh, say it again. Drink before or the after dinner drink is going to be on top
why?
because it's going to be the rowdy one.
Yeah.
Rowdy one, yeah.
It is. I've had the rowdy one with you, and that gets pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
Joe Maffie.
I put the drink before dinner on top. That's going to get me going, get my appetite churning, going to really lower my inhibitions and allow me to break my diet.
Yeah.
After dinner on top, I think before dinner on the bottom.
Yeah, I was going to go after dinner at first, but I think the before dinner drink, it's like I like to have a nice martini before I have my porterhouse.
Yeah.
It gets me ready, primed up.
Boom.
I go after dinner drink because the word nightcap is sexier than aperitif.
Ooh.
Oh.
That
That's
should
really
have been the
heady.
top or bottom. Nightcap or down, another
one down.
I love it. They're just going down.
Virtual unreality.
Top or bottom, number 2, Texas or New York City,
Texas is on top.
and that's because
Ride them like doggy style. No, ride them like cowboy. Ride them cowboy.
Yeah.
you're from Texas originally,
Yeah.
right? That's hence the question.
Ride them like doggy style? You
No,
sure you're from
how do
Texas?
How do you like, woo!
Yeah, that's right. You nailed it.
That really sounded good, too.
Asking us.
You say woo doggy as in ride them cowboy style.
That's it. Great.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
That's it. That's why.
What part of Texas?
Houston, the hot, sticky part.
Nice.
Isn't it all hot and sticky?
No.
Oh, down.
There's like 2 left.
2 left.
They're hanging out with each
Joe,
other.
you're the math major. What degree are we at now?
We are at 2/7. Isn't it 7 cameras?
Yeah, it's 7
Yeah.
cameras.
Exactly, or 1
Holy
3.5.
Crap, I definitely didn't do something right.
Joe
Oh, are they
Maffei.
overheating?
Ooh, doggy. Nah, they wouldn't
Sorry.
overheat.
Ours
Really
are plugged
feeling
in
it.
and they don't overheat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm putting Texas on top. I have some great family out there, and I really don't know many people in New York.
You're not from Texas, but you have family there, right?
Yep, a whole mess of family, and been out there a ton of times, and it's beautiful.
Derek D.
New York on top, but Texas is great. I love it out there, and yeah, but New York on top.
I mean, I gotta put.
That's
New
where we're
York-
at right now, Fastlane Daily Studios.
Right. Which
Forgot
we
to mention
forgetting
that at
say.
the top.
New York's got to be on top, but in deep in the heart of Texas,
Yeah.
the Cowboys.
Well, you're a big Dallas Cowboy fan.
I am. Boom.
Huge.
Large.
You are large.
I'm getting large. Joe.
And New York's getting larger. I'd probably say New York on top. I've been to Texas.
Is that
mean-
or meh?
They got good meat.
Doesn't it really depend on what part of Texas? Like it's complete. It's its
yeah.
own country. Huge.
Oh, it is.
Texas is huge.
What's the worst part of Texas?
Houston.
Houston. Well, they have a problem.
Parts of Dallas.
Oh, wow. I dug it.
Austin's the good part. Austin.
Yes, I love Austin.
Top or bottom, number 3, virtual reality or classic filmmaking.
Well, classic film doesn't die.
I'm like, this is terrible. What's
Those
going
2
on?
batteries that were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's terrible on the virtual reality. Just lays dead like a fish.
So that's on the
Regular
bottom.
filmmaking
I think.
on top.
Can we all probably just agree with the virtual reality?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
struggled
do it.
with
It's
this one.
Oh,
decided
you
for
did
us.
good.
Well,
Joe.
because I play video games all the time, and that's virtual reality.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing a game right now, Bloodborne. It is just insanely good. I'm actually frightened when I play it. Like, there's a part where I quit last night, and I'm just like, I'm a little too scared to do this. I think I'm just going to watch some Friends.
I'm about to pick that up once I finish up Borderlands.
Borderlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Bloodborne is great.
Are you serious? You play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
I have no clue about anything.
Derek D?
Oh, I thought we agreed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, agree. I agree.
Yeah,
I
me
agree.
too.
We all agree.
Yeah.
Top or bottom? Number. What number are we on? Number 4. Rock stars or comedians?
Rockstars.
Are?
on top.
I love your answers are so in depth and interesting.
I feel like I just like picked. As soon as he said comedian, I thought Doug Stanhope, and I figured like he just lay there. I don't know why. He's a good guy.
Gatto's
That's
got
very
something
interesting.
But I didn't want to like get into the Joe Gatto world because I was afraid to look at the shark and talk about whether he'd be on top or bottom.
You wanna
He would be
reassess
on. You would be like the violent bottom.
The angry bottom.
The angry bottom.
Joe Buffet.
I mean, comedians on top. It takes so much intelligence to make people laugh and go along with that. Rockstars, you can be a one-hit wonder.
Can you be a one-hit wonder as a comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, right? Yeah. Derek D.
Yeah, I think I'd go comedians on top, rock stars on the bottom. Because I'm nowhere near a rock star. That'd be cool.
One camera left. One camera
It's
left.
the one filming the bottom of the box.
Is there any way to just post that? Right?
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know. Comedians on top, right? I mean, it's rock stars. It's like, I don't know. It's something about being by yourself if you're a comedian up on stage, and if you're in a group.
Supporting cast.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
That's true.
Gatto.
I mean, I do say rock stars on top because the one thing that I think you'll never be able to experience as a comedian is to get, thousands upon thousands of people singing along to your creation, which I think is always something that you get. But people don't like sit there and yell your jokes back at you word for word.
Yeah,
That's
but they
true.
yell
But
Larry
lines,
at
though.
you all the time.
That's right, but there's something about that experience of having people singing along to what you created that you'll never feel as a
But if you
comedian.
create a comedic song and then you do it at one of your shows and then they're singing it back.
Same difference, right?
Bam.
Yeah.
Double whammy.
Yeah, but you're not selling out of Madison Square Garden unless you're
not
one of
it-
5 comedians.
Well, not the Garden, but
That is a good point.
Yeah.
but hey, Count Basie Theater in Red Bank
That's it, man. It crushed it.
crushed it.
Crushed it.
Top or bottom, number 5, jet set or road trip, and that's
And
the
that's
last-
it. Virtual reality
the last
is
one's
dead.
There's no more virtual.
Jet Set a road trip.
This episode should be called Classic Film.
Road trip because it's way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely road trip. You get to know the people you're with, have some good times. Jet set, it can go any way you want. I mean, drinks and out or, partying with your friends. But road trip is always good memories.
Yeah, I think jet set's more, that's a quicker way to get somewhere and travel to a lot of different places. But road trip, it's like the nitty gritty with who you're traveling with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
that's on top.
I say road trip. I mean, when I rode that bike across country, that was the greatest thing ever. But then even when we were doing, Greg, when we were going into Canada for hockey, even when we flew into Ottawa and then did the road trip across to Montreal.
Yeah.
Like that road trip to Montreal was epic. So
Road trips
definitely-
rock, man.
Road trip, definitely.
You never hear a story that starts with, "Oh, remember that time we jet setted?"
Yeah. Did you have windows in the bunks? Was there windows in your bunk?
No.
It was like a coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder though, now to rock stars, but probably some comedians, but they're probably getting chicks back at the bus. Did any of them get in those bunks? And
I'm sure they did.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure plenty has happened in those bunks.
How much room do you
Little sandwich. You can't get much
you get? Much
height. Is that what you're saying?
How much clearance do you need?
It's
Well,
low.
she'd obviously have to be laying down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes that's how it works.
Exactly. I think that's the first one we all learned.
Yeah, we learned a lot about you, Derek.
We could talk about it after. We could draw some diagrams if you need. Hold on, let me show you.
No, I'm talking. Well, it's like a 2-foot-high space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your point? How wide are you?
really drawing.
How's that? Does that help?
That's standing up.
Turn it
Oh,
sideways.
wait.
Now I got it. Now I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
That's great.
So on this tour, what is the moment that sticks out in your minds? Like, what was the most epic point?
Vegas, right?
Yeah, I think the bus, everybody's sort of like falling apart, right? Like the bus just getting way messy. Remember there was like a moment where you guys realized how disgusting the bus was?
Yeah,
and
because
Sal was
it
pulling
started
those-
out so nice, but the thing is, at every stop we had what's called a rider, is where you what you need backstage. It's like
Green
food
M&Ms.
and drinks and all that, all that stuff. And whatever was left over, we took on the bus. And by the 13th day, there was just too much of everything. It stuffed in every little cabinet. So Sal, because Sal is Sal, he went through and just started cleaning the bus, and he was finding 5-day-old kale, stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That'd be me though. I'd be the one cleaning too.
Yeah, he cleaned
Does
it.
this make the show?
Yeah, that's in there.
Him
But,
freaking out?
but how about the
cleaning.
fall? There was that one night where it just got really silly on the bus, and it was just
It's in there.
It was like giddy.
Where I started being the bus monster.
It was
and
awesome.
Tackling Sal.
It was awesome because the doors on there's the bus is like a tunnel basically, and it has these power sliding doors that open really slowly, and it's like Alien where you're going through the tunnels and you hit the door, and there's a scene where Sal is in the back and talking to me, and the door slides up behind him, and he comes and attacks him like fucking Alien.
I do this
behind.
thing with Sal where I just I grab him under his rib cage and just go yeah to him, and he freaks the fuck out. I've been doing it to him for years, so we were just getting. It was like 2 a.m. or
Yeah,
something,
everybody's
right?
just like giggling and acting silly, and he was scaring the shit out of us.
So I did that to him, and then the door shut. And he tried to shut the door, but the door's taken. It was broke, so it just like took. It was like closing like this fast, and he was like, "Close, close." So then I hid in the top bunk, and he didn't know it when the door was closing. It opens back up, and he walks out, and I just jump on the top bunk, and he freaked out.
Please tell me that's in the show.
That is, yeah.
awesome.
How did Sal deal with germs? The germs of I know
Well,
you
we
can't
had a
poo on
couple
the
rules. We had a couple rules.
All right, what were the rules?
Take your shoes off. That was Sal's rule as soon as we came in.
That's funny because I was messing with him before you left, and I was saying to him like, you realize that everybody's gonna walk. You can't poo there, right? So you're all
Right.
using public restrooms, truck stops, nasty,
Yeah.
right? Outhouses, whatever it is, and that's all your feet are gonna track on that. Then you're gonna all walk into that bus and track all of that stuff and bacteria.
We took them off
right?
up front and put them in a drawer.
Great rule right on top.
Yeah. So that was his rule that helped him survive. And then also nobody got sick. So if anybody got sick, we would have been in trouble, but nobody got sick.
We got lucky, man. That was like a long trip
Time
for
for
nobody to
everybody.
get sick. I was eating emergency every morning.
Me too.
Just kicking it every day.
Oh yeah,
Boom,
that's
boom,
good
boom.
stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Or
Do they
Airborne,
sponsor
I'm
this
sorry,
too?
Airborne.
Or
Airborne.
what else? Who sponsors this now? It's hard to keep track.
Gianni's.
Emergency.
What about Skull Candy? They come on board yet or no?
No, close. You know who's not sponsoring this is the batteries.
The batteries.
inside the GoPros.
Beep, beep, beep.
I don't know what the hell I did wrong.
This is gonna be bad for GoPro.
Well, I mean, these are rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Well, the first 20 minutes of this is going to be Rockstar. That's
Yeah.
going to be the Rockstar versus the comedian.
The video should be
Yes.
as each one cuts out too.
Yes.
It will be.
I don't.
That's great.
Can it do that though? Because this is not editing like I've ever. I can't wrap my head around what you have to do. We should explain for the audience. Greg, explain this. What contraption? And you can show it now.
This is a virtual reality rig of GoPro, so it sees in every direction. And then I got to take the footage and stitch it together into like a globe of video. But it's not supposed to die.
So is it as simple as like kind of taking 7 video tracks and throwing them in one timeline, syncing them, and then it does it for you?
No, you got to sync like this picture. Like this picture goes like to here, right?
Yeah.
And then this one goes to here, and then you got to take this and
You
stitch
have
to
to
this.
stitch it like a panoramic
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah, but all 360 degrees, and then
I'm just
you
trying to
yeah.
envision how that software works. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, like if you see the globe unwrapped, it's like
Yeah.
a globe. So it's that. Make that out of video.
Which is a flat screen. A globe unwrapped to me is a flat screen.
It's a map.
No, it's not.
right.
It's like when you
A globe
unpeel- when you
Let's
peel an
call
orange.
a spade, folks.
You've never peeled an orange,
Yeah.
and it has the cuts in it.
All right. I still visually.
It's a map,
Yeah.
Joe. Because the corners of a map are just blue water, buddy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this might have been the first virtual.
There's overlapping in a map. There's overlapping in a map. If
There
you,
is,
if
yeah,
you
'cause-
roll a map, right?
Because you can't put. You ever try wrapping up a basketball for like a holiday? it
It's the
doesn't work
worst.
right.
That's why I stopped giving basketballs for Christmas.
Exactly.
I don't know when that virtual tour will come out, but Greg's going to cut that together for us, and we'll put it out on social.
It's
Right?
going to be
Oh,
awesome.
did you see the plastic though? That's like a marvel of engineering. That had to
really
be
is.
3D printed
I'm sure.
I think it was.
because it's beautiful.
That's crazy.
It's weird.
How do you get it?
What's it feel like?
Smell it.
I don't know how you get the GoPros in there. Does
Don't
it
touch
snap?
the
It's like,
lenses, dude.
Oh, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. It snaps together.
No, it's like one piece. I think it's definitely.
smell.
how do you snap the GoPros in there?
It's a pain in the ass.
It looks it.
Yeah, yeah. This is off topic.
Well, not really. I mean, it's part of filming,
revolution.
filming documentaries. And
Yeah, but I feel like it failed.
It
today.
falls under.
Well-
it's not pizza. It's not beer, but it's definitely revolution.
Stuff. It's under revolution.
Of our
Yeah,
guests.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
They
'Cause
are.
this is now new to you, and you're going to
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
this.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to bring up a point that we don't speak enough about pizza or beer on this, and it's mostly revolution.
Yeah,
so-
but you understand the premise of the show, Derek? Do you need to explain it to Joe Gatto?
Well, the pizza and the beer gets you in the room. It's all about the revolution of the guest. you
Right.
know.
We're just a bunch of people hanging out, and pizza. There's always hors d'oeuvres.
Well, see, I'm
Beverage.
still new. I'm still just guest hosting to this whole game. So thank you for explaining.
We could change the name for you.
No, I mean just because when you explained it to me, I just felt like she didn't explain it correctly.
So let me ask you a question, Greg. Did you charge the cameras
I did
fully?
yesterday, but I guess I left the Wi-Fi on them, so they should probably
Maybe
just
just
died.
drained.
Oh, it drains
Was
down.
that
Oh,
happened?
that might have been.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know how to.
Oh,
turn
you
the
know what? A
Wi-Fi.
couple of them were on when I helped you set that up earlier.
Yeah, that's
When
probably
we took them out of the bag, they were on.
Are you going to use USB when you do it live?
I don't-
No, you
I'm gonna-
can't. How can you?
No, I
There's
can't.
got to be a way to get through the middle of the crevices.
Yeah,
right?
it's a work in progress. I got to learn. I'm testing it tomorrow with a band, and then we'll see if they die in the middle of the show. Then I'll do something different next time.
That's a great. That's the right way to do it. Yeah. Keep testing on things that don't matter until you get something that really matters. So you
Tomorrow really matters, which sucks because it's a big artist.
So that's ostensibly like $4,000 right there.
Could you not say the artist? Is that why you said big
Yeah.
artist?
Is Joan Jett?
No.
You said it.
Nice.
So, Gatto, something that was awesome, whether awesomely good or bad, that did not make the documentary.
well, keep in mind we filmed for 16 days. This is a 44-minute cut for TV, so there's so much in there.
Most of it got cut out, basically.
Most of it got cut out. Yeah, I mean there was a lot of stuff happened at the fair that was a lot of fun. There was my favorite thing that happened at the fair actually was me and Sal. We took turns. He had this idea of putting us in remember the roller coaster where him and his brother just sat in the front car of this little death trap roller coaster and faced back to film us. So it's me and Sal, and there's just all these little kids who are like fans of the show, and everybody's like sitting there watching us film this part. And they stopped on the roller coaster for us. We cut everybody in line.
Cut little kids off in line.
Yeah, cut little kids off in line. And
right,
I
you
made
did.
sure to push them in the face as we did it. When we were on it, I just kept Sal was like, "Oh my God, like, all these people are watching us." He's like, "Look at all these little kids." I'm like, "Yeah, there's so many fucking little kids." And I just kept yelling as many curse words as I could loudly as we passed these kids, pretending I was terrified. And I would just like yell. There'd be like seas of like 8 years old waving, and I'd be like, "Fucking shit!" Right as we drove by. And Sal was like punching me, and as he always does, begged me to stop before he would throw up.
So you were in the front car with the camera.
You almost got your ass. You almost lost the camera.
Yeah.
As
What
soon as
kind
we
of
took
camera
off.
do you have? It's probably not
A big C300 like shoulder rig.
Oh,
camera.
wow.
I hate roller coasters. I absolutely hate the front car.
going
Do that
backwards.
sit backwards.
Backwards.
I was just like, just do it.
I'm surprised. Like the people running it were like,
They didn't
no, this
care.
is
They
the-
were fans. They
No,
were fans. They're
yeah,
like, go ahead.
yeah,
We don't
they
Should
care.
have never let me do that. I was like flying around in the seat.
You literally
Oh,
almost
wow.
lost it the
Yeah.
first turn.
Yeah,
It turned,
yeah.
and I was like, whoa.
It scared me. But the shot came out good. Too
was
bad you
great.
cursed through the whole thing.
I
So
know,
it's not
but
in
we
there?
used it in a montage.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have Sal dying laughing. But if you read my lips, you'll see me at least saying the word.
was a good shot.
It wouldn't have worked if you just threw some like GoPros facing back. That
No.
Not
It
as
would
well.
have. That would have been too easy.
That with the virtual reality would be great for
Virtual
the first
reality,
20 for the first
backwards
20
roller
minutes.
coaster.
wow.
Yeah. But did the little girl crying stay in the?
That's in, yeah, little
This is
girl.
a good part of behind the scenes because the day before we were at the fair,
That's right.
there was they would do a meet and greet every night. They do their show, they do meet and greet, and we shoot the show, we shoot meet and greet, and then we shot so much meet and greet. There's probably like 200 hours of meet and greet. So we would like slack, you could call it slacking or taking breaks. We wouldn't always shoot the entire meet and greet. And of course, the one time we weren't rolling camera, a little girl cried, and this dude came up to me like a shark, and he's like, "You just missed a girl crying," and I thought he was gonna kill me. And then luckily the next day, a girl cried way better.
I don't know.
Cried and cried and cried. You said it was like that I was
Wait,
safe.
You are
of that
safe because the
segment.
other girl cried.
Cried in the sense like I can't believe I'm meeting you, or
Yeah.
cried like because she was scared or something.
No, yeah, well, we threatened her life. It was really- no. No, we always, we meet fans and we hear, stories about how we touch their lives and all that stuff. And it was just really, really nice, tender moment that we had with this girl at the meet and greet where she was like telling us, thanking her, if she had been bullied and stuff. And, we made her laugh and it was just really sweet. And then I look up and the cameras are down. He's like drinking a water in the corner. And I was like ready to rip his face off. And then the next day we were at that fair, or it's like 2 days later or whatever, we're at the fair. And this girl came up and she just started shaking. And she basically, it was like they were friends and talked on the phone about what they were going to say. She said the same exact thing. And I look and he's like zooming in and he's like working and got the whole shot. And it was just.
He didn't know that I cast that girl. You
Definitely
gotta
like
save my
cousin of yours,
job.
yeah.
Fly a girl in who cries.
Thank God for social media, right? He's putting stuff out there.
We need somebody in Oklahoma that could cry on demand.
And you're very involved with the edit, like all you guys, like what, like
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, we watched all the cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave our notes.
Do you have final? Who had final? You have final say? Are you executive producers or? Like,
We're executive producers, yeah. We when it comes down to it and we bang heads on certain points, we were always able to work it out. There wasn't anything that really stopped it down. The first cut wasn't in a place where we liked it, so they totally liked the after the rough cut, the second rough cut was like a totally different documentary and much more in tune with what we liked.
So all of this stuff that didn't make it, which is like Greg pointed out, is just ample amounts of footage. Is there anywhere that this is ever going to be seen? Is there going to be a DVD?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
DVD.
I'm sure. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of
feel
footage, but
teased.
it's also the other part of it is the full tour.
Do people even watch DVD?
I do. I just bought one the other day. Night shift. The
Awesome
the-
movie.
It's
Yeah.
great. Yep.
Love broker.
Where the fuck is 4K?
There was two. There's like the full tour specials in there. Our full live show that we retired. Now we're doing the second
Yeah.
version of our tour, but it was an hour and a half. So in this documentary, there's only 18 minutes of it.
Oh, there is that much of it.
Yeah, it's about 60-40. Yeah.
Now what's going to happen with the full version of the live show?
Hopefully that'll find its way somewhere too. I would love for that to get out so people can see the full special.
So maybe the full special could have some behind the scenes on it, right? Something like that.
There's plenty of footage to go around. Is the point?
I love it. We all want to see it.
Okay, well I'll get you a copy.
I didn't direct that part. I didn't direct that. Whatever you see on the show tonight when you watch it, or last night, or whenever this is going to be on, I didn't direct that part.
Oh, so you're
I'm trying to get
just
some props to
got you, Michelle Shannon. Yeah.
Michelle and Shannon did that.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a separate entity that directed
live,
the,
right?
just did our live show, which came very good, but didn't hold a candle to the documentary.
But did some of the doc show stuff make it in? Like
Yes,
that
lots
giant
of it
dude
did.
with the belly slam?
Oh, that was a great moment.
awesome moment.
Yeah, that was a very weird moment. Like you never know what's going to happen. There was this guy. There was two really weird encounters. One was Big Jim, in
Sounds a little-
his name was Big Jim, and he was sitting in the balcony, and we were like, for some reason, he decided to turn around and moon us. But like,
What?
He literally was just like so close with the lights on that you literally could see his asshole. So we were like, so we just went on this thing, and we're like, what, Big Jim? We're like, do it again, and he did it again, and he just kept doing it. So we're just like, every time we yell Big Jim asshole, just turn around and moon us, and he was so drunk that he did it. So halfway throughout the show, we were just, whenever there was a low, we'd be like, Big Jim asshole, and he would turn around and show his asshole. And his wife was like yelling at him and like smacking him or whatever, and he came back after the show, was like, I don't give a shit, I'm Big Jim, and that's my asshole. He was great.
How can you like not love a guy like that? You got to ask him back.
You got it. You got to have Big Jim come up.
I guess I don't think we all want to plug something, right? We just want to plug this show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
We love you,
Practically
PBR.
live.
Practically live, TruTv. Yeah.
It was last Thursday night, so you could probably get it on again on the website on TruTv.com.
TruTv.com, probably. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure that you could find it.
I'm sure it's going to play again. It's
It's
not
probably
on
on, it's
demand.
probably on demand as well. Yeah.
right? If it's not on demand, like they play in Practical Jokers. It's like the only thing on TruTv.
Nah, there's other things.
There are no more Wiener Circle.
No, but that's out.
Greg, thank you so much. You want to
Thank
plug
you,
it? You
Greg.
have a nice thing coming up with Joan Jett, right? You want to plug that?
Not yet. Can't plug it yet. I just want to say thanks for having.
Oh, the movie, The Sun.
Turn Towards the Sun, a World War II documentary coming out.
Congratulations on
Thank
that,
you.
man.
Cool. That's a cool project. But I'm glad to be here talking about this because that was a fun job, dude. So thank you for having me on your bus.
Thanks, man. Sorry I scared you.
You scared me, but it's all right. Hopefully next time I'll know not to be scared.
There you go.
PizzaBeerRevolution.com. We'll see you on the flip side. See you.